Without Project Clean Slate, there is no telling where I would be right now.
It gave him back his life, because once he got the felony, it seemed like life was over.
Being unemployed, being depressed, being a burden. Project Clean Slate helped wipe those things away. I can't say thank you enough. I am now able to work for a reputable airline. Detroit had my back, all because I live in Detroit.
All right, I'd like to welcome to this edition of In the Conference Room with Mark S. Lee. You know, your source for information from across the great city of Detroit, the state of Michigan, and beyond. And I'm your host, and I'm so pleased to do this each and every single week. We have business leaders from across, like I said, the city of Detroit. And this week is no exception. A major announcement taking place in the great city of Detroit. I had the opportunity of attending earlier this week, and it's by our beloved Detroit Tigers. And I'd like to welcome Miss Taylor Olson, and she's the director of marketing for the Detroit Tigers, to talk about this major event that's upcoming with the Detroit Tigers. Taylor, thanks for joining me in the conference room. How you doing?
Hi, Mark. It's great. Thank you so much for having me on this morning.
My pleasure. Glad to have you. And so there's been a lot of buzz that's been taking place this week, not about the Tigers' record and not about the travel plans for the team, but a major announcement as it relates to their uniforms. The Tigers launched the City Connect Series uniform, and I'll give you a chance to talk about that. Give us a little bit of background, and as you're talking, as we get further into it, I will show some of the items that we have here.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. So in collaboration with Major League Baseball and Nike and Fanatics, we've launched our City Connect uniforms, which is so exciting. As everyone has seen, our theme is the Motor City, which of course ties directly back to Detroit. There's no other Motor City. Detroit is the Motor City. And so there's a lot of fun little Easter eggs that are made up of the uniform. As Mark, I'm sure you've seen on your very own jersey that you have. But yeah, we're really excited to launch this campaign, have some new threads on the field, and just showcase the true renaissance that's happening in Detroit. And part of that is, of course, the auto industry. So just having the big three here in Detroit, the Motor City made so much sense, right, for this uniform and this campaign, especially with all of the innovation that's happening here in the city. Innovation, not just from the car industry, but it's very prevalent in the car industry with electric vehicles. We're seeing innovation happening all across Detroit. We're seeing the progress that's happening in the city, as well as how it's reflected in our own team. We've got a very young team, as you know, and everyone's trying to pave their way. Pun very much intended right there.
Yes.
Yeah, the Motor City just makes sense.
Absolutely. And I'll begin, and we'll kind of unpack it a little bit the second. How many other teams have these these alternate uniforms, if you will? Are the Tigers the only team in Major League Baseball? How many other teams are doing this? Do you know?
Yes. So out of the 30 clubs, I know 28 clubs are going to be doing a City Connect jersey. Over the last 2 years, quite a few other clubs have launched their City Connects. And this year we were one of 9 teams, I believe, to close out the 3rd year of Major League Baseball City Connect. So very exciting. This will be our first one, obviously, but much more to come in years to come too, just all around this platform.
As a Detroit native, you all know I'm born and raised in this great city. I've lived in 9 different cities across the country. Wherever I've lived, I always, even I do my speaking engagements, I make it very clear, have to introduce me as a Detroit native, someone from the great city of Detroit. And as a native of Detroit, we have great pride in the Motor City, as you know. And you know, my brothers worked in the plants. I actually was a tour guide for one of the major auto plants here years ago. My family was actually supported by the automotive industry as well. So we have great pride in this city and in the Motor City. So without further ado, I know you guys want to begin to see some of this. I want to have Taylor walk us through some of the components, and we'll continue to unpack this conversation. But the first thing I want to share is the hat. the hat. And that this will be the Tigers hat. Now, by the way, when are they going to be wearing these jerseys?
Yes, very exciting. The debut is May 10, so this Friday. And we will be wearing them on the 10th and 11th, so this weekend. And then after this weekend, we will be wearing them every Friday. So make sure you come down to the ballpark, see your Tigers dressed in these new uniforms. You can get your tickets at tigers.com/tickets.
And what I noticed on the side of the hat, and again, I'll unpack the other components in a second, there's a number. What does this number signify? A little bit closer there for those
Yeah.
of you looking, but there's a number. You have to go out and buy it so you can really wear it and see it. But what does that number on the side of the hat signify?
So, as many people are familiar, every car has a VIN tag. So that resembles our VIN tag as an organization. So it's got 1901 there, which is our founding year, and then
Mm-hmm.
followed by all of our championship years. So you've got 35, 45, 68, and 84, if I'm remembering those in the correct order.
You are absolutely right. And you did very well. And again, another point of information of the four World Series in my lifetime. I've had the opportunity of attending three of them. And the only one that I missed was
That's
the only
awesome.
one I missed was 1984, and I was living in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And my parents in those days saved the front pages of the Free Press and Detroit News. And I came back to Detroit, had my this is a true story, had my private celebration a week after the Tigers won the World Series in 1984. And I sat at the corner of Mission Trouble and soaked it all in. I now have the front pages from those newspapers framed in one of my rooms. The original newspapers from those days. I have a autograph from Lance Parrish, Ernie Harwell, I think Sparky Anderson, and the other members of that great team. As we continue down this path, there's a license plate. Also, those are some license plate.
Yes,
Talk
I
about the
see those too. So this is actually our giveaway for Saturday. So every Saturday is a giveaways on Saturdays. The first 15,000 fans can get an awesome Tigers branded item. And of course, for this Saturday, we had to do something that related back to Motor City and our City Connect theme. So we did a car decal, and then we also have a license plate cover. So really fun. Excited for fans to get their hands on these on Saturday.
Now, I have the jersey right here as well.
Oh, yes, you do, Mark.
Here we go. This is an awesome jersey. I did post this on social media and receive comments. People love it. Let's kind of unpack this jersey. So here we go. For those of you this would be the jersey the Tigers will be wearing. I'll let you take over the conversation. There's some detail that you will see as part of this jersey as well.
Yes, I love it. It looks so good on you, Mark. I love it.
Does it?
Thank you for modeling. I mentioned the Motor City. So Detroit put the world on wheels, right? Like we are the Motor City. It has to be the key insignia across the chest. So of course that stands out. You'll also notice right behind that we have tire tracks. So
Hmm.
again, just an ode to the automotive industry and where we're moving. We're moving forward. So looking ahead. So you'll notice tire tracks down the center there. On the sleeve there, Mark. Perfect. You can notice the M1. It also is an iridescent, so it's 313 as well. That's to signify Woodward. Of course, Comerica Park is also on Woodward Avenue, which is so special. But that's one of my favorite parts of the jersey right there. And then while we're on the sleeve, to symbolize racing culture, we've also got some sleeve stripes right below there. Those will also show up subtly on the pants, which I don't know if many fans have seen, but you'll see them on Friday and Saturday. There's a stripe down the pant as well. And then moving to the back collar, we see that VIN tag again.
Here it is.
Yep. There it is. Perfect. A nice little Easter egg, as you showed earlier, that's also on the hat. And then finally, on the lower part of the jersey, there are some
Oh,
tiger eyes.
Right here?
Yes.
Ah, I didn't know. I
Yeah.
did not notice that. Okay.
Are an ode back to our organization's tradition. The eyes also signify headlights, right? So again, just moving
Hmm.
forward, um, and again, just an ode to some of our traditional Tigers branding. So those are a lot of the Easter eggs that you'll find on the jersey.
That's awesome. So when you say Easter eggs, specify what you mean by this. What do you mean by the Easter eggs?
Just special little details that
Got it.
sometimes you may or may not notice. Like the tiger eyes, it seemed like that was a surprise one for you, Mark.
It was.
So yeah, all of that obviously equates to a really beautiful jersey and beautiful uniform that we're excited to don on Friday and Saturday.
And then you have t-shirts, amongst other
Yes,
things.
there is so much merchandise in the D shop right now. So if you're looking to spiff up your wardrobe, there's men's, women's, all sorts of hats, beanies, starter jackets, that can be found in our D shop, as well as like drinkware, decals, flags to hang outside your home. Any
I
rec-
noticed you said drinkware. I saw
Okay.
this.
We are so excited about this. So, Atwater Brewery is the official craft beer of the Detroit Tigers. We love working with them because they love doing collaborations for special moments. If you remember last year, we did a Miggy 3000 beer to commemorate Miguel Cabrera's final season. This year, with City Connect launching, our friends over at Atwater wanted to do a Detroit City IPA. So it's a Midwest IPA. It's delicious, and you can find it here at the ballpark starting on Friday. So another reason to come down to Comerica Park this weekend.
One question I've received, some people may just to clarify, that couple comments on social media, the question about the Old English D. And the question was, well, will the Old English D ever be replaced, or is this as part of the uniform? I know you put it as part of the uniform. We'll give you a chance to clarify and clear up that the Old English D is it going anywhere?
The Old English D, to my knowledge, which should be 100% here, is not going anywhere. We love the Old English D. It's not just an icon for our team, but it's an icon for the city. And that won't be going anywhere.
Okay, awesome. And also leading up to this weekend's activities, you have a couple of block parties, I believe, taking place. Talk
Yes,
about that.
yes, I'm equally as excited about our block parties as I am to see the full team on the field in the uniform. So on Friday, before the game starts, at from 4 to 7, excuse me, on Friday, we will be having a block party outside of our Comerica entry. So that's the entry that you'll find the big tiger. So we'll have a huge stage with a bunch of live performances, face painters, a classic car show, which is going to be so fun, 360 cameras, a bunch of activity for the kids. So we'll have a bunch of inflatables, a racing simulator, and gaming truck, as well as food and beverages. So this will be a spot where you can grab a beer before the game. Atwater will be present, as well as one of our partners, Chevy, doing a 360 camera. So it's going to be really fun. Like I said, lots of live music, food, entertainment. Get your Motor City merch. It's going to be a really good time. And that's on Friday. And we also have it on Saturday. So that is from starts at noon on Saturday until 7 o'clock. And again, just more live entertainment, a bunch of activity for the whole family. It's completely free, but make sure you get your tickets. So once you finish up at the block party, you can head inside the doors, or inside our gates, excuse me, and see the Tigers in their uniforms.
It's going to be awesome. This is exciting. I mean, I thought I would never see the day would be an alternate jersey for the Tigers. And
Mhm.
clearly, one more time, people can they can buy these items where?
Yes, so they can buy them at the D shop in person if you'd like to try any items on, or just see the full array. Sometimes it's easier to
Mhm.
do that in person. Or if you're more of an online shopper, that's cool too, because you can go to MLBshop.com, and there's a bunch of merchandise on there as well,
This
including
will
the
be
jerseys. Yes.
this will be the hottest thing in Detroit. We would encourage all of you to go out there and support the Tigers. They're playing who this weekend, by the way?
The Astros. So it's going to be a great matchup.
We got a connection to the Houston Astros, a former Tiger down there, I believe, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I don't know if he'll be on the mound this weekend, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, Taylor Olson, I want to thank you very much for giving an update on this. The City Connect series uniforms that the Tigers will be wearing beginning this Friday. It's my understanding it'll be every Friday during a home set. Whenever there's a home game on a Friday night, they will be wearing this uniform, this alternate uniform. But this weekend will be Friday and Saturday as well. And there will be a couple of block parties. Is there a website that people can go to purchase tickets and get more information about everything that we talked about?
absolutely. There's a couple great websites that everyone can head to. So to learn more about the jersey, learn about all of those Easter eggs, as we're calling them, fans can go to tigers.com/motorcity. Our launch video is also on that website. So if you want to see that again, very cool. Check that out. And then for all of the launch week events, all of the giveaways we're doing, information about the block parties, fans can go to tigers.com/cityconnect.
I gotta say, by the way, I got a chance to see the launch video this past Monday. That was awesome. It was certainly shared on the big screen for the guests who were there. You talk about getting the heartbeat of the city, right? The way it comes across, it represents Detroit. I would encourage you to check out the video, check out everything the Tigers are offering this weekend. Hey, the weather's warming up. Kids are getting out of school. What a better time to spend than at the ballpark. Hey, also, I want to thank you very much for joining me in the conference room. This is exciting stuff. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Absolutely. And for all, thank you all for tuning into the conference room this week with Mark S. Lee. Continue to spread the word. Feel free to share this to YouTube and other on social media and other platforms as well. We will be back with other business leaders from across Detroit as well as across the country. Go out, make it a great day, make it a great week, and we will check you out next time in the conference room with Mark S. Lee. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks.
The Lee Group will be holding its 10th annual Small Business Workshop, May 15th, 8:30 a.m. at the Corner Ballpark, 1680 Michigan Avenue in Detroit. Hear from business leaders and other entrepreneurs discussing embracing change while moving forward. You don't want to miss this free event. For more information, go to leegroupinnovation.com and check Small Business Workshop.